Hello everyone, it is my pleasure to greet all the fans who are watching us in North, Central America and the Caribbean, as well as around the world. My name is Pedro Velázquez and I am the head of national teams competitions at Concacaf. We are here today at the Concacaf headquarters in Miami to conduct the official draw of the 2023 Concacaf Women's Under-17 qualifier. In total, 28 Concacaf member associations will compete in the tournament that will determine the 6 remaining representatives in the Concacaf Women's Under-17 Championship. The competition will consist of the 28 participating member associations ranked 3 and below, divided into 4 groups of 5 teams and 2 groups of 4 teams. After round-robin play, the winner of each group will advance directly to the Concacaf Women's Under-17 Championship. The Concacaf Women's Under-17 ranking as of October of 2022 has been used to determine in which stage each team will participate. In a few minutes, we will divide the 28 participating teams into the qualifier into 4 groups of 5 teams and 2 groups of 4 teams. The group stage draw for the Women's Under-17 qualifier will be conducted using a single blind system involving 5 pots. Pot 1 will contain the name of the 6 highest ranked teams in the ranking of the qualifier: Canada, Costa Rica, Haiti, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, and the Central American team of El Salvador. Pot 2 will contain the names of the next 6 teams in the ranking of this qualifier stage: Trinidad and Tobago, Guatemala, Panama, Bermuda, Honduras, and the national team of Cuba. Pot 3 will contain the names of the next 6 teams in the ranking for this qualifier stage: Nicaragua, St. Kitts and Nevis, Grenada, Curaçao, Guyana, and Barbados. Pot 4 will contain the names of the next 6 teams of the Concacaf Under-17 women's ranking: Antigua and Barbuda, Anguilla, U.S. Virgin Islands, Turks and Caicos Islands, Dominica, and another Caribbean team, the Cayman Islands. And finally, Pot 5 will contain the names of the next 4 teams in the ranking for this qualifier stage: St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Guadeloupe, Martinique, and Saint Martin. The draw will begin with the teams from Pot 1 to be drawn. The 6 teams will be drawn into position A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, and F1. We will then continue with Pot number 2, where the teams will be drawn into positions 2 of each respective group. The same procedure will be followed for Pot 3, 4, distributing the teams in positions 3 and 4 of each group respectively. And finally, for Pot 5, the teams will be drawn into positions A5, B5, C5, and D5. Now that we know the competition's format and the draw procedures, we can begin the draw. So we'll start drawing the first sphere from pot number 1. We'll go to Group A, as explained before, and it's El Salvador. So a Central American team will go to Group A. Let's continue now for the next sphere, going to Group B, Haiti. So Haiti will be the first team drawn on Group B. The next sphere will go to Group C, as explained before, and it's the national team of Costa Rica. So Costa Rica joining Group C. Let's see who will now be drawn in Group D, position 1, Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico has performed very well in the last few tournaments of the Women's Under-17 Championship. Let's continue to draw a sphere from pot 1, and it's Jamaica. So Jamaica will go to Group E. And lastly, should be the national team of Canada going to Group F. And it's Canada. Okay, now that we have complete pot number 1, we'll transition quickly to pot number 2, joining El Salvador in Group A, Trinidad and Tobago. So Trinidad and Tobago and El Salvador, the first two teams of Group A. The next sphere will go to Group B, as explained before, and it's the national team of Cuba. So Cuba and Haiti together in Group B. The next sphere of pot number 2 will be the team assigned to position 2 of Group C, joining Costa Rica, and it's Guatemala. So two Central American teams, Guatemala and Costa Rica, with a history on the women's football in our region, will be now joining in Group C of this Under-17 qualifier. The next sphere of this team will go to Group D, together with Puerto Rico and its Honduras. So groups coming along, finalizing pot number 2 with the last two spheres. Let's see who will join Jamaica in Group E, and it's Panama. Okay, and the last sphere of pot 2 to finish all the groups in position 2, it's Bermuda. So Canada and Bermuda together in Group F. So let's continue now with the next pot for this draw. Pot number 3. The first sphere going to Group A, Curaçao. So Curaçao going to position 3 of Group A. The next sphere of pot number 3 will be joining Haiti and Cuba, and it's Barbados. So 3 Caribbean teams on Group B. Let's see who will join Costa Rica and Guatemala on Group C. So 2 Central American teams already there. We'll see who will join in for this group, and it's St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis going to position 3 of Group C. The next sphere of pot 3 will be assigned to position 3 of Group D, and it's the Central American team of Nicaragua. So Nicaragua, Puerto Rico, and Honduras in Group D. Let's move along with the last 2 spheres of pot number 3, and it's the national team of Grenada. So Jamaica, Panama, and Grenada going to Group E. The last sphere of pot 3 will conclude this pot and go to Group F, and it's Guyana. So Guyana, Canada, and Bermuda in Group F. We will now move along to pot number 4, where we're going to have actually the last few teams from 2 groups, but the first one going to Group A, it's Cayman Islands. So Cayman Islands going to position 4 of Group A. So that group is almost complete. Continuing with the next sphere to fulfill the position 4 of Group B, Antigua and Barbuda. Haiti, Cuba, Barbados, and Antigua and Barbuda, completing for now, pending one more team, Group B. Let's see who will join Costa Rica, Guatemala, and St. Kitts and Nevis on Group C, and it's Turks and Caicos Islands. So one Caribbean team joining now, Costa Rica, Guatemala, and St. Kitts for Group C. The next sphere will take position 4 of Group D, and it's U.S. Virgin Islands. So the U.S. Virgin Islands joining Puerto Rico, Honduras, Nicaragua in Group D. Let's continue along for the last two spheres of Pot 4. Anguilla. So Jamaica, Panama, Grenada, and Anguilla going to Group E, and actually concluding Group E with 4 teams as explained before, the same as Group F, finalizing with Dominica. So Group E and Group F are completed. Let's now continue to the last 4 spheres of this draw on Pot 5 to know which are the 5 teams that will complete the first 4 groups, and it's Martinique. So Group A, it's completed now with Martinique going to position 5. Let's see who will be the last team going to Group B, and it's national team of San Martin. Okay, and the last 2 spheres of this draw of Pot 5, the first one will be going to position 5 of Group C, San Vincent and the Grenadines. And the last sphere of this draw should be the national team of Guadeloupe going to Group D, and it's indeed Guadeloupe. With this, we conclude the draw. Let's quickly review the groups of the qualifying stage groups. On Group A, we have El Salvador, Trinidad and Tobago, Curaçao, Cayman Islands, and Martinique. Group B, Haiti, Cuba, Barbados, Antigua and Barbuda, and St. Martin. Group C, Costa Rica, Guatemala, St. Kitts and Nevis, Turks and Caicos Islands, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Group D, Puerto Rico, Honduras, Nicaragua, U.S. Virgin Islands, and Guadeloupe. Group E, Jamaica, Panama, Grenada, and Anguilla. And the last group with also 4 teams, Canada, Bermuda, Guyana, and Dominica. Wow, what an amazing draw. We will surely have some thrilling matches in this qualifier stage. Please join us in the celebration of this amazing competition by tuning in into any of the official Concacaf platforms and seeing which 6 teams will advance to the Concacaf Women's Under-17 Championship. Thank you for joining us today for this Under-17 Women's Qualifier draw. On behalf of Concacaf, we wish you a great day.